Now I'll speak to our third rule. And we thought like the last time we'd take questions at the end. We'll present all the rules, and if you've got questions, we'll handle that. Rule 3 is about absentee mail ballots. Demand for absentee mail ballots soared to record heights in 2018 general election, and problems in processing them resulted in lawsuits and some changes in the law. I would also say uneven treatment of voters. Some counties were fabulous at processing absentee ballots. In other counties, not so much. Disparate treatment is not a fun thing at elections. We're proposing a rule that will reduce administrative handling while increasing voter certainty that their votes have been accepted. This rule allows voters who choose to deliver absentee mail ballots to any location at which they would be eligible to vote in person. We propose a phase-in schedule. Make the rule mandatory statewide by November 2020, but permit counties to adopt it earlier if they wish. The rule designates an absentee ballot clerk in each early and election day polling place, giving voters the option of delivering their absentee mail ballot at any place they would be eligible to cast their vote in person. Upon presentation of proper ID and verification of eligibility through the standard check-in process, their ballot would be accepted with no further review. Election officials we discussed this with are enthusiastic in their support, and in December, this board indicated support for the concept, but reservations about the timing. Our proposal comes to you modified for a November rollout for that reason. Allowing election workers to accept voters' absentee ballots at early voting locations and at election day precincts is a win-win for all. For voters, it eliminates the risk of mail delivery and having a ballot rejected for minor discrepancies. And for election officials, it reduces the office work of mail ballot envelope verification and associated ballot rejections and cures. This change will provide voters who wish to vote a paper absentee ballot at home the opportunity to cast their ballot at their home precinct on election day with the advantage of the latest election information. This change will permit voters who have visual or dexterity difficulty with computer screens and operations to vote their ballots with paper and pen at home and cast it on election day in their home precinct. Best of all, an increase in absentee mail ballots reduces voting lines for check-ins and BMDs at the polling place, which will help everyone have a better voting experience. In short, adopting these new election rules strengthens civic participation in our democracy, and everybody wins.
Mail ballots returned to polling places, I think as similar as to where the board was in the last time this proposal was made. I think that's something that we should look at. I think the most prudent course of action is not to do something like that this election cycle, even waiting until November. There's other things to consider. Some states, instead of allowing you to drop it off at polling places, use drop boxes. And one of the benefits of absentee ballots is the voter does not have to go to the polling place. And that's less people in the polling place on election day, which is helpful for getting more people through. So, yes, sir.
Well, and I believe that's what they do in Colorado, correct?
They use drop boxes, yes, sir.
And the other question that just struck me is, last fall we did 6 pilot counties when we were getting these machines up to speed. Is that something that we might want to consider also, instead of doing it statewide, just try some select counties almost as a pilot at some point in time when we have really the resources to be able to handle that, and then see how it works, and then we look at maybe if it goes well, then you look at statewide implementation?
I think that's a prudent way to proceed. We might need some enabling legislation to allow us to do pilots like we've had for the voting machines, and we've done that for UOCAVA electronic ballot delivery type solutions in the past, and it has then led to a statewide adoption of that thing we tested.
Okay. And then will you share that with the rules working group? Many of them are here, but with the counties, what their take would be on that?
Yes.
Thank you.
I would say, I don't think this year is the year to do that pilot. I think this election cycle, we have enough changes that we're already dealing with.
Understand. Proposed rule number 3. Do I have a motion?
I would make a motion that we table this rule. I think at the last time a similar rule was proposed, I indicated that I thought that it was a good rule, but needed to be, needed not to be done in this cycle. And I think, at least for me, it's something that I'd like to continue to consider as we see how the primary and the presidential primary and the general primary go, and the turnout that we're going to have. So I can understand all the reasons for rejecting the rule in this cycle, but I would like to table it instead. And I would make a motion that it be tabled.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second? Hearing none, that motion dies for lack of second.
I move that the board reject proposed Rule 3.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, there's a motion before us to deny proposed rule number 3. All those in favor of denying rule 3 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No?
Motion carries.